this really popular salad plant, Nasturtium, is also highly medicinal. It's quite antibiotic. Myself and Ross have been making medicines with Nasturtium leaves for years, and we make tinctures, but also we make vinegars. Some people like to work with different parts of the plant, but even just eating your Nasturtium flowers, your really pungent leaves, getting into you in the form of pesto. It's one of my favourite pestos actually, or pickling the seeds, does help give you that antibiotic action. And we like to work with the plant for respiratory tract infections, upper and lower as well, because it is a decongestant. Like, even when you taste the leaves, you can really taste that pungency and the fieriness move through you. It's not a plant that I would primarily prescribe for sinus issues, which is a much heavier thing, but you do notice it moving as a decongestant, whether it's in the lower respiratory system or the upper as well, so it can be mildly helpful there. I also really like to prescribe Nasturtium leaf, either tincture or apple cider vinegar, for cystitis. So it is a diuretic as well, and so I do find it really helpful for cystitis. And also it does contain glucosinolates, so it is thought of as a coelagogue, and that's so a really nice herb that will act on the liver as well. But what I really love about Nasturtium is this real pungent and kind of sour as well taste to its leaves, and tastes are really important for ourselves, and that kind of bitter pungent taste are really important. We love to get them into us on a daily basis, and as well with our kids. One of the things I do notice about children's health is that a lot of children eat really bland foods, and so maybe it's the half Indian in me, but we eat a lot of spicy foods, we eat a lot of Indian food, and our kids as well, they eat a lot of spices and a lot of pungent foods as well. So again, I was saying, making your pesto out of your Nasturtium leaves rather than something more bland, or something slightly sweeter tasting like your basil, is going to be just give you that extra antibiotic flavour in it as well. So coming into these autumn and winter months, we do like to increase foods like your nasturtiums, and where they have that heating and nice pungent action, and also we like to make a lot of vinegars from it as well. So a vinegar obviously you could get into you on a daily basis through foods, or else this could be your Nasturtium leaf vinegar, could be something you could add into other oxymels, other herbal oxymels you're making, or when you are a herbalist and you're prescribing things in clinic. I freely mix tinctures and the vinegars, the loads of different vinegars that we make in clinical practice, and glycerides. I mix them all together. So I do often put in your Nasturtium vinegar in for things like in a formula that would be for cystitis or for a respiratory tract infection. And as well, I find it really helpful for kids. So we love to give our kids vinegars. They're well used to that really vinegar or bitter taste of tinctures and vinegars. And it's really helpful just coming into these winter months to be getting more of those bitter tastes into you as well, as the digestion might slow down and get a little bit more sluggish, or we become a bit more sedentary. But also, as I said, this is a highly antibiotic plant, so for different kinds of viral and bacterial infections, it's going to be really helpful for you over winter. So yeah, tiny little bit on nasturtium, which a lot of people have grown in their garden.